So we're back up here on the Los Gatos Creek Trail. The trail's down there, and then this is this little bench trail up here where there was a geocache I tried to find last week. I thought it was along the trail, so I went down the hill, and it turns out there's a little spur trail up here. I spent about 10-15 minutes looking and I can't find it. So anyway, I figure today I'm gonna head up here and then try to get over Highway 17 and then come back over to Black Road and start going up Black Road. See what that's like. I haven't been up there probably 7 years ago. Last time I went up there, so it'd be like 2017. And yeah, we gotta head up Black Road. So this is about 650, maybe 700 foot elevation up at the top of the road up there. And then I think it goes up to about 1,800 feet. So you've got about 1,100 feet of climbing, and then you hit the John Nicholas Trail, and it's all downhill from there. I'm hoping I can make it up to the top there if it's not too hot today. Okay, here we're coming up Black Road here. Come up about 400 vertical feet. So I think I'm about a third of the way up the climb. I forget exactly how far this is. Yeah, as soon as you fire up the camera, there's a plane flying over. But anyway, yeah, I was coming up here, and you can see across the way here on the other side of the valley, way up at the top there, I think that's called Montevina Road. It's dirt up at the top, and then it turns to pavement. So yeah, that's basically a dead-end road up there for vehicles, but there's bike paths that go through into the Monte Sereno open space. I think I rode up here in probably 2011 on my touring bike. And there's a couple of really steep climbs up the backside out of Los Gatos, and it's like really steep, 20% grades. And I was on my touring bike with touring tires, and then I had the touring bike, and then I had the rim brakes, and that was when I decided I needed to build this bike. I needed bigger tires, I needed lower gears, and I needed the disc brakes. So yeah, that was the impetus for building this bike, and I built that in 2012. So this bike is 12 and a half years old now. And yeah, I think I rode it once over here after I built it. But anyway, you can see the side of this hill over here, the side of the canyon, that kind of reddish green color stuff. That's greasewood over there. I was seeing that all the way up this canyon. So I remembered back to this spring when I was doing the hiking up in Stevens Creek Canyon. It's like, oh yeah, the greasewood is on the North American plate, and it's serpentine soil, based on serpentinite, and that's what the greasewood grows on. So then I looked over here, and it's like, that's greasewood, oh, that's serpentinite soil, and that's the North American plate, because the San Andreas Fault runs right up this valley here. So it's like, of course, I mean, it makes perfect sense. So you can see just by looking at that greasewood up there, that plant tells you what the soil is, and the soil is based on the rock type, and that rock type is on the North American plate, and that's it right there. And this John Nicholas Trail here runs through what's called Sanborn County Park, and the fault runs right down through the park there. All of a sudden this makes sense. You can just tell by the color of that brush over there. I can tell exactly what kind of soil and rock is over there on that slope. It's like without even going over there. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna head up this way. I just took a break here. Got a sunny stretch here. It gets kind of hot in the sun going up this hill. Okay, yeah, made it up Black Road here to the county park entrance here. So you have Sanborn County Park and the John Nicholas Trail. Yeah, they have a small parking lot. There's like little pullouts like half a mile down the road. There's not a very big single parking area, but you can park down here if you drive. Of course, I rode up here, and the neat thing, if you ride up here, you can go all the way out to Highway 9 on the other side. And yeah, it's not too bad of a climb. It's pretty steep at the beginning, and then it levels out a bit. There's a school, and then it goes up again, and then there's actually even a downhill section for a mile or two. And then at the very end, boy, it kicks up steep until you get here. And yeah, this is almost 1,900 feet here. Lexington Reservoir is about 650. So yeah, you've got about 1,250 feet of climbing and about 4 miles. Because I couldn't remember last time I was up here. I knew it was 1,800 feet. There's a little reservoir down here that's about 1,800. Yeah, if I find anything interesting, I'll fire up the camera. Yeah, so it came down John Nicholas Trail. It's more like a road here. I think part of it was actually paved at one time. So this must have been an access road to get down here. I think this is called Lake Ranch Reservoir. You can see the dam on the far end there. And then it's actually a road down to the paved road. You go down to Sanborn Road, which is paved. And then there's the John Nicholas Trail, turns into a single track trail and goes up to Skyline. It's a pretty nice climb, pretty nice trail up there, really well built. It was built kind of to all the modern trail standards, so very, very nice trail. And you can ride e-bikes up that trail. Although I think that's the only trail, the John Nicholas Trail is the only trail in the county park that any sort of bikes are allowed on. So it's kind of strange. They allow e-bikes, but only on one trail. So anyway, yeah, my offline bookmark list for the GeoCaching app is not picking up the latest geocaches that I added to it here. So I've got to get back home, get on Wi-Fi and do an upload, and then I guess what I need to do is actually check it at home and make sure it uploaded. All I did was I went into the app and clicked the refresh offline data, I think is what the option is called. And usually that's all I do. I click that button, and then I've done that twice now, and I don't think it's worked. It shows all my other bookmarked geocaches, but it doesn't show the ones right around here. It's blank. And then I guess maybe I'll come up here next weekend because yeah, it's about my turnaround, or not my turnaround time, but my head home time. So it's basically down to the end of the reservoir, then you drop down to the paved road, you take Sanborn Road out to Highway 9, and then you take Highway 9, turns into Saratoga Avenue, and take that all the way back home pretty much. Anyway, yeah, so the geocaching was a strikeout today. I looked for one. I had a data connection there, but couldn't find it, and then I couldn't find any of the bookmarked ones up here. So, and yeah, this is the first time I've been up in the mountains for about 6 weeks, I think. I've been riding down around San Francisco Bay. It's been cooler down there, but the temperature inversion finally let up because it's been hot up here and relatively cool down in the bay. We're back to normal temperatures. It's cool up here, warm down in the valley. That's how I like it. That's sort of your reward for climbing up here, is it's cooler. Yeah, the San Andreas Fault runs right through here. And you can see it's pretty much a clear valley there. That's the fault. And yeah, if you follow this through here, you go across the Highway 9, and then it cuts over through a couple of canyons, and then it ends up in Stevens Creek Canyon farther to the north there. I guess I'll be heading down the hill. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that ride and the look up here. But as always, thanks for watching.